Hello students, I welcome you all on our e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce Wardha, and I am your faculty for the subject CLSP, that is Company Law and Secretarial Practice for BCCA 6th Sem final year. In previous lecture we have gone through in detail with the characteristics or features of company. Now if we consider our syllabus, in syllabus meaning and definition and then characteristics. The sequence of syllabus is first you need to learn meaning, definition and then characteristics. But from understanding point of view, from grasping point of view, I have explained the characteristics or the features in previous lecture. Why? Because the definition, which is our today's topic, the meaning and definition the maximum definition consists of the characteristics or features which are included in that specific topic. Means whatever the points which are mentioned in characteristics, maximum of them are included in the definition. So it is advisable that you should understand the characteristics first, and then we will move on to the meaning and definition of particular subject, that is company law, CLSP. As yesterday we have discussed what are the characteristics. In that we have seen it is an incorporated association. Okay, it has got a separate legal entity. Then we have seen it has perpetual succession. At the same time, what it says, characteristics of company says that it should have a common seal, transferability of shares, limited liabilities. These are the features. Means exactly these are the points, these are the topics on which the company is based. The process of the company establishment starts with the incorporation and it ends with the resolution, and that resolution is dissolution, means the winding up or closing of the business. In this language, in law language, means in court language, we can say that dissolution means winding up, closing up of the business. So the thing which starts with incorporation, that ends with dissolution. Okay, and that everything we have covered in our last lecture. But today we will see what is the meaning of company. But before that, I would like to explain why there is a need of company type of business. Why? Now with the industrial revolution, with the expansion of time, new technological development, with the expansion of industries, industrial revolution, the need of the businesses was increasing. It means what? Earlier there was only a sole tradership or a partnership kind of business, but these two types of a business was not sufficient. So there was a need of different form of businesses, different form of entrepreneurship, and that is what is company type of business. And that company type of business is exactly started with joint stock company concept, and that joint stock company includes public company and private company, which we can say that company form of organizations gradually became popular and well known in the society. Why? Because the sole tradership and the partnership business was not fulfilling the scope of the business. Means because people, means the persons who wants to enter into the business, they were interested in doing something more than partnership and more than sole tradership. So there was a need of company kind of business, and that company business exactly relates to the joint stock company kind of business. And again it has different, that is public company, private company, government company, everything is included, that we are going to see in different types of company. But before that we will see what is the meaning of company. What is company? Company is a group of persons associated together to achieve some common person. Here we will take an example. There are 10 friends and they want to do something to earn money. Now to earn that money, they have to follow certain rules and regulations, and those rules and regulation is nothing but Company Act. And this Company Act has been regularly revised. Certain amendments were made in the Companies Act, but the origin, the concept of Company Act has been introduced in India from the Britishers, because they are the originators who have developed the concept of business in our country, that is India. But before going to that, as I said, there are 10 friends and they want to start a new business, and for that reason they must follow the Company Act. They should know what is company law, and that company law means a law or an act which regulates all the affairs relating to the companies. Now, if I say that I want to open a manufacturing unit, and to open that manufacturing units, it is not possible for me to just construct a plant on that particular land and start the business. No, that is illegal kind of business which is not accepted by law. Again, for that reason, you have to follow the Company Act which is prevailing, which is in existence. If we talk for today, there is a Company Act 2013, and if you want to open a business, start a new business activity, then you have to follow the rules, norms, terms and conditions which are mentioned in Companies Act 2013, okay, which is legal. If something want to be legal means, and you have to keep it legal, okay, and for that reason there are different laws, Company Act 2013, which must be followed by every upcoming businessman to start their earning in the form of profit. Now, coming to the meaning, company is a group of persons associated together to achieve some common purpose, and that common purpose is nothing but trade and business. Now, to take that activity, to handle that activity which is known as trade and business, then for that reason they must follow the rules, the norms which are in Company Act. So what is company law? Company law is the law that regulates all affairs related to the company. So, as I have said that partnership and sole trading business was not sufficient, there was a concept which is known as company form of business, and every business consists of risk and uncertainty. What is that? Risk and uncertainty. It means what? You may earn higher profit or you may face the loss. Now, to avoid that, to avoid the loss, to put yourself in the loss, and to avoid that the situation of loss, what you need to do, you have to follow the certain rules, the norms which are mentioned in company law, or we can say the Companies Act. So, to perform the business activity, the manpower is the main requirement. There are the two basic things which is required by every businessman, that is finance, and second is manpower. Finance and manpower goes together, and to handle that, okay, the business may be at a small scale or a large scale, but for that reason, to follow or to take any activity, to start any business, you need manpower, you need persons, you need worker, and at the same time you need capital, and that capital means the finance or money, which is the essence of every business and trade. So considering that, we will see what are the definition given by some authors and the Company Act. Now, what the first definition says? It is the definition of Company Act 2013, because this is the prevailing act, existing act, okay. Earlier it was Companies Act 1956, but now every businessman has to follow the Company Act 2013. So accordingly, section 2 under section 20 of Companies Act 2013 defines, means the meaning of company, the definition of the company given by Companies Act 2013 is that company means a company incorporated under this act, and this act means what? Companies Act 2013. This act refers to the Company Act 2013 or under any previous company law. It under any previous means existing. If the business has opened in the year 1980, then that business must have followed the norms which were undertaken by the existing Company Act, and that existing Company Act was Company Act 1956. But if the same business which was opened in the year 1980, but now they have to follow the norms, the terms and conditions of Companies Act 2013, because it is prevailing, it is in existence. So we have to deal with Companies Act 2013. So it is a company incorporated. Incorporated means incorporation certificate is such a document with the help of that your business is called as a legal. Okay, formality of opening a new business has been completed by you. It is understood from the incorporation certificate. So incorporated under this Companies Act 2013 or under any previous company law. Okay, the company, maybe the companies like Reliance, Tata, Birla, they are in existence since 50, 70, 80 years. It means the prevailing law which they have followed to start their new business, that exactly is the previous or under the prevalent or existing company law. So this definition is given by Company Act 2013 because it is a current act, so we are calling it as a Company Act 2013, but in the Company Act 1956 you will find the same definition. Correct? Then next is Justice Lindley. What he says, by a company is meant an association. Again, association means coming together. Maybe 10, 15, 20. Again, for that reason, there are certain rules and regulations for the number of persons to start a new business. So, association of many persons. Okay, what is said here? Association of many persons. Maybe the group of persons. That group may consist of 50, 20, 30, up to 200. There is a limitation of 200. So, an association of persons who contribute money. Money means finance, and that in the business language it is called capital. Money or money's worth to a common stock, and that common stock refers to capital. Again, finance, capital, money, paisa, all these words are related to what? The essence of the business, that is finance, and employed it in trade and business. Okay, trade and business, just now we have said to open any new business activity, that is called trade business. Then this definition ends here, that by a company is meant an association of many persons who contribute money or money's worth to a common stock. Okay, might be possible that there are 10 people who are contributing 10,000 each. Maybe one of them is contributing 5,000, another one is contributing 8,000. That is called a common stock. Capital, and employed it in a trade or business. What? This capital is employed, means this capital is engaged, this capital is contributed in the trade or business. So this definition says this much. And the next is L.H. Haney. Now his definition is the most well-known, most famous and followed definition, which is given by L.H. Haney. What he says, a company is an incorporated association. In yesterday's lecture, we have seen what are the features, and the very first was incorporated association, and that I have explained you in detail. So it is an incorporated association. It means it has a legal base. They have completed all the formalities of an incorporation. They have got the incorporation certificate. Now they are ready to run their business in the market. So it is an incorporated association which is an artificial person. That also again it is artificial person is again a part of characteristics. Incorporated association is one of the characteristics of company. Second is artificial person. How it is created? That artificial person is created by law. It has the base of all the legal formalities, and that is why it is said created by law. And the next is separate legal entity. Separate entity or legal entity. When the word legal is included there, it means all the formalities are completed as per the prevailing Companies Act. And next is with a perpetual succession. What is the meaning of perpetual succession? It means continuous existence. The members, the directors, they may come and go. They may leave the organization, and that leaving may be due to retirement, may be due to death. And that is why the company run continuously. But the members, they may come and go, and that is why it is said artificial person, not real, not natural. Correct? So it is a perpetual succession and having a common seal. Means if you find If you see in deep, you will find 5 characteristics are included in a single definition, okay, which is given by L.H. Haney. A company is an incorporated association. It is one of the characteristics, which is an artificial person created by law, having a separate entity, legal entity if you say is also correct, with a perpetual succession and a common seal. So this is what exactly is the definition, and this is most well known and followed definition given by L.H. Haney. So I hope the definition and the meaning of company or company law is clear to you, and now in the next session we will see the historical background of Companies Act 2013 and what is Company Act 2013. By the time, stay safe. Thank you.